We have Elon saying, do you even AI, bruh? Bruh, do you even AI? Guys, AI is becoming a huge topic again. We're starting to see a lot of AI tokens wake up while we have Bitcoin still sitting at the moment, hovering on the 200 weekly moving average. And if you see on the 4-hour, we're just touching trend yet again. So far, we do have a double bottom playing out, but we do have Bitcoin sitting at resistance at the moment. And we do need to start making some higher highs on the lower time frame so we can start looking at the possibility of going to the uptrend, to the higher highs of the 30K level. Now, what we do have, guys, is we have total 3 slowly waking up, and this is coming from AI. So I'm going to be going through my top AI picks as I'm starting to see volume. I'm starting to see daily breakouts. We're going to speak about the major levels on Bitcoin, focusing slightly on Bitcoin and the Bitcoin dominance. We still have Ethereum looking really strong too, but the main topic is AI. We're seeing the volume. We're seeing many things happening, and I think we're going to get some really good entries for possibly huge gains. Today's going to be a massive show. It is a Saturday. I'm back in action. I'm doing a show today. I'm doing a show tomorrow. I'm doing a show every day till the end of the month, catching up from Miami. No more wasting time. It's going to be a big one. Let's get into it.
Click. Have you heard the news? What? With his finger on the pulse, it's like Sheldon knew. Click. When the sniper shoots, we got Sheldon on the charts, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. So enter the sniper, click. Time to be dedicated, sniper mode is activated. Explosions in the market are in target, and Sheldon demonstrates. Mirror on the wall, Master Sheldon tell us all. We got Sheldon on the chart, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. Enter the sniper, click. Enter the sniper.
Banter fam, hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. Hope things are well. So guys, firstly, we got something exciting. We have Banter Bubbles. So I want to chat about Banter Bubbles quickly while we're starting off. We know this amazing tool. You know, Run came up with the idea. He's like, Banter Bubbles, let's create chats in them. Firstly, it's incredible. So if you don't have Banter Bubbles, get it. Secondly, there's an app. You now get this on Apple. You now get it on Android. Go get the app, guys. I'm going to be jumping on later. I'm still deciding the token. Like, I am in a cheeky little 𝗕𝗏𝗿, cheeky little one, so I might jump in over there. But guys, remember, if you click on the bubbles, you're able to actually chat. You're able to actually see. Now, what's the power of it? The power of it is usually have bubbles showing what coins are moving. Now, what's nice about it is when a token is moving, you can jump in, you can chat, you can be, why is it moving? You know, it's just so much more to understand. I know we like fundamentals and wanting to know why a token's moving. So I think this is an incredible concept. So go join, Banter Bubbles. The next that we do that I don't want to forget, I forgot about yesterday, we have BitGet, guys. Now, BitGet's got this thing with CandyBomb, and you can earn the BitGet token. So I want to quickly explain this while I'm on it so that I can just remember. Otherwise, I keep forgetting. But basically, guys, trade and invite your friends to grab and share 60,000 BitGet tokens. Trade and make referrals in CandyBomb to earn BitGet, the tokens. Now, the registration ends tomorrow. All you got to do is sign up below. So if you already got a BitGet account, that's fine. You just click on the link below, which is the CandyBomb link. You go to that page. There's a trading pool. There's referrals there. I think the invitee must at least have $100 in a spot trading volume during the promotion to be valid. But basically, guys, we've been speaking about the airdrops. So if you want to be a part of the airdrops, go join in with the BitGet. You'll find this over here below in the description. CandyBomb. Let's see what happens. I'm definitely doing it myself. Now, let's jump in. Let's have a look quickly what's happening with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin quick updates. I spoke about it yesterday. Possible little bounce area coming in. We are on the 200 weekly moving average, which is a major support line. So we definitely wanted to hold that as support. And on shorter time frames, we're seeing a little bit of strength at the moment, where we've had a good little double bottom, which is always a great reversal pattern, which is Good to see. Now what we need to obviously do is break this trend. So I do have the trend line from the 5th of May is my top. The second point where I joined is the 22nd of May, and I have this trend over here. And ultimately what we just want to see over the weekend is to see if we can finally break out of this trend and start getting some shorter time frame higher highs. Where we are in support is still bullish, which is good. Now we just want to remain above those areas, and now it's time for the bulls to start fighting back and to start getting some volume to the upside. Now what also we're waiting for is we know we're getting very near the bottom on the RSIs. So we know that the bears have had their say, the bulls have had their say in the beginning of the year. Now we are getting the slight pullback, but ultimately as things stand, the bulls are still in favor at the moment as long as we hold these areas. So we have this RSI getting down to the bottom. We can close out this week in the bottom area over here, and we hold the critical levels where we have the major support area over here, which we're holding. We have the 200 weekly. We're still well in trend. We're going to, again, try attempt the tops. So that's a big thing. Once it's at the bottom, you're going to have this RSI now attempt to make its way to the upside. And if we hold this area, we're going to attempt the tops. And remember, the big area to get past on the top is obviously the high, not only because it was a recent high, but it's also the very important resistance, which is this low over here. And once we can unlock that level, we can start looking at a higher weekly squeeze back up to the levels of possibly the $40,000 level. So Bitcoin's done well this year. As much as things have been crazy, it's done well. And now's the time yet again to focus on entries, because if we break these trends and we start moving to the upside, we need to be ready. So put the short-term trend over here. And then there is a little bit of a bigger trend that we want to break after we've gotten through the first one, which will be basically confirming the higher high and getting back above the $30,000 level. Now, let's quickly look at dominance, and then we can jump into the AI tokens. So dominance at the moment, I'm still seeing how it's just hugging this trend here at the moment, which just hugging. And what we're going to see is we're basically starting to form this trend on both sides, where we're going to see a direction move within dominance. Now, if it is a break to the upside, like I say, I think Bitcoin attempts the highs very quickly. If we drop to the downside, I still think Bitcoin ranges, but I think we definitely have a huge altcoin catch up. That's why for me, still, even though we didn't get the exact altcoin season just yet, it still comes at any moment. And right now, I'm still well in favor of collecting altcoins at the moment. Bitcoin's still slightly overpriced. I might dip my toes a little bit at where we're at, but this will give us a good indication. If we lose this bottom trend over here, there is a possibility of us really accelerating back to the 44%, maybe even down to the 40%. And what would obviously help us a lot with that will definitely be the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart, which you can see at the moment. You could see how well Ethereum's doing to Bitcoin. And what we want to see over here is we also have this great trend. And if this decides to break soon, you know, we could be having a nice little Ethereum rally, and not only to Bitcoin, to the Ethereum dominance, and obviously Ethereum to USDT. Now, let's jump in, guys. Let's speak about a few altcoins. So I want to speak about AI. Now, obviously, you got Elon. He knows AI is going to be massive. It's definitely the narrative that's hitting now. And what we're starting to get is obviously NVIDIA. How do I say it right? NVIDIA. I think that's the right company. You know, they're becoming a big player. You know, I think we see over here that they literally, today NVIDIA's record the 3rd largest single day market cap gain in the US stock market history. We have Apple, we have Amazon, we have NVIDIA sitting in 3rd. Guys, this is big. So obviously AI is going to be something huge. We know it's going to be a big part of the future. But now we're starting to see how big the interest is. Now, one thing that I did say in the beginning of the year is I thought the first AI pump was fake. And that's because it was very similar to, remember when NFTs came out with a whole bunch of junk. We had this huge pump up. Then everything came back down. And then you start getting to the real quality of it. So I'm glad that the AI pump in the beginning came to an end. We started to suck all of it out, all of the hype out. And now we're getting to the realness. You know, so now we want to start paying attention to definitely start building some AI portfolios. The way I do that, though, is I start off with some of them as trades. So I'm taking them as trades, and they could turn into long-term. Now, I've spoken to the research team this morning, gotten a few names of the good tokens that we're thinking. I'd love to get some from you guys too, once I'm done going through my tokens. But definitely AI is a big player. And the ones that we're starting to see a lot of volume coming in at the moment. So the first one I want to speak about is you can see that they are the ones that are firstly starting to bring volume, and they're starting to break daily trend. So the first one for me has already broken daily trend. and you're looking at possibly getting the retest within today. Now, this one would be a spot trade for me. No leverage on that on this just yet. AI is already volatile. It's already volatile. You can make just as much gains without leverage. So very important to understand that. And what we saw over here is we saw a break of trend. The first time we did not close outside. Now we've officially closed. And these are the areas over here. So you guys can see I've actually set them up nicely for you guys so you can understand the actual chart where we've officially broken out. We made our first higher low. We're now breaking trend. And my areas are between the 28 cents and the 30-cent mark is where I'm building my spot position at the moment. So you can see it's my building position zone over here. So guys, get used to me doing slightly less coins every day, a little bit more detailed charts, but ultimately all the tokens I've spoken out through the year, I'll make sure I do cover all of them throughout the week and all of that. So stay tuned every single day. Very important. Now, this current trade over here is a medium-term trade for me. It's not long-term just yet, and it's not too short-term either, because we want to see how far this actually goes. We're starting to see a lot of interest, a lot of volume, and we're even starting to break to the Bitcoin pairing. So the fact that you have dominance still sitting at the top there, not really coming down that much just yet, you have these tokens breaking to the Bitcoin pairing. So that's obviously a really, really big thing we always want to see. Is we want to see us breaking to USDT, but you obviously want to see the outgrowth of Bitcoin, which means that you may love the AI token or fall into like, this is maybe a long-term hold, right? But worst scenario, you're making Bitcoin too. And that's a big thing. If it ever comes down, you want to shift back in, you know, you've made more Bitcoin than what you have. And that's a big thing. So I'm on this pullback today. We're at the top of the box now. I wouldn't mind possibly dollar costing slightly now. But ultimately, anywhere between 28 cents and 30 cents is where I'm looking at. And then what I'm doing is I'm still counting until Bitcoin's breaking that trend. I'm still counting the market in the slight downwards trend. So what I basically did is I took the top to the bottom and I took the Fibonacci and I took it to the 618. And what that basically means for now is before I think too far ahead, I need to make sure Bitcoin's healthy, right? I need to make sure that the rest of the market's still going to be quite bullish before I just think that everything is going to go crazy just yet. So I do have like some medium term take profits. But basically what I'm basically seeing here, let's just jump in. There we go. Is possibly something like this. And then maybe to the break to the upside. So I'm looking at this as a short-term sort of TP. Now, if you look at that on the trade of where we're currently looking to take and where we're at now, you can definitely see a good 60 to 80%, which is huge right now for the market. So that's looking really good. The second token I want to speak about is Fetch. Now, this one's nice because we're not breaking the major daily. We're breaking the 12-hour trends at the bottom, and this one's a lot earlier. So this, for me, a lot more gains when it comes to getting the trade actually right. So what we tracked is firstly, you can see all the volume starting to come in, which is good. Breaking to Bitcoin pairing as well, which is really good. Then what we have over here is we have this downwards trend. And what you can see over here is we're looking to possibly close this daily trend today. So what I'm looking for is basically the 26-cent mark. If we close that today, I'm entering the trade. So I've said over here, daily close out trend, I will enter the trade. Now I have the two scenarios over here. I have a short-term take profits, which would be this little wave over here, the 618. Okay, and if you look at that percentage-wise, from here to there, I'm looking around about a 40 to a 50% trade. Okay, my stop losses. So you can see all of the coins that have broken out. If they break out and they close outside a trend, I'm putting the stops under the previous low. Always, guys. I've taught this many times, and you got to keep it very simple. Now, you got to understand you're trading bigger tokens, so you will have 5 to 6 to 7% stop losses. You want to try and get them as low in the box as possible, because the lower you get, the less risk that you have to your stop loss. So this is looking good. So focus on this one for the daily close. First TP is obviously the 40 to 50. Second TP, which is the more medium time frame, is 70 to the 80% mark. So really, really, really nice trade early. Where it bounced to is in a good place. And obviously, we are seeing good volume. Now, the next one is called Matrix.AI. Okay, now this one is slightly early, guys. Slightly early, but I want to bring it to your attention so that you can catch the early breakouts in AI. Very important. You don't want to be too late on them. You guys just saw it with 𝗕𝗗𝗄. You saw it with many other tokens. That's why I'm interested in trading 𝗕𝗗𝗄 now, you know, after all of that suck off, like never get into the major hype. And that's why I thought a lot of this was very much hype. A lot of it was fakeness. And now we're starting to get like good, you know, consolidation, good downwards trend over here. And now we're early. So firstly, where we bounced here is a good zone. It's a really good support. But what you do want to pay attention to is don't mind dipping your toes slightly for maybe a higher time frame trade here. But what you want to do is you want to catch it for this breakout. So guys, put this daily trend in over here. Okay, Singularity, the two that I just showed you now already, this one can be read in the next day or two on breaking the trend. If you do want a dollar cost here, fine. Stop loss under the previous low. Only issue with that is we haven't broke out our trend just yet. So don't be surprised if it does come slightly lower just to come and test the actual support over here. But catch this breakout. Now, what I've done secondly is I've taken the Fibonacci from the top to the bottom, just to the 618. So I'm not thinking too far ahead just yet. But if you look at that, by catching this breakout, and we get this nice and early, you're looking at 131% just to the 618. So this one can be a really, really nice trade for you guys over here. So pay attention to that one. Hasn't broken trend just yet, which means you can slowly dollar cost, but make sure you end by the time we break that trend and we close daily outside there and put your stop loss at the bottom. Now, next one, obviously, we know render. So render, guys, I just want to remind you, render's not a buy. Okay. I don't think it's a sell just yet. It is at a major resistance. So maybe offloading slightly. I do think you'll get it cheaper at some point, even if it goes a little bit higher now. I just want to remind you guys, it's not a buy. Where I see the buy is around the 1.8 to the $2 area. So I would definitely add render to my long-term portfolio. Just be a little bit picky on the price as it's been running pretty strong. So we want to load up around the 1.8 to the $2 area is a good zone for render. And obviously the TPs, if we get through this area over here, all of a sudden you're looking at $4. After that, you're looking at $6. So just pay attention to render. If you didn't get the good entry, take your time on it. Now, the next one I want to show you guys is Ocean. So same thing as the what's it? Matrix AI. Same thing over there, same sort of setup. Now, Ocean, we know, has been around for a while and obviously gone big into AI itself. This is the same one over here, guys. Pay attention. It's not a buy just yet. Put this trend in here. If it breaks the trend, be early. Now, if AI runs, guys, it's all going to run. It's going to run and it's going to run crazy. We're going to see crazy volume. We're going to see a lot happening. And maybe this is a narrative that can drop that dominance. Maybe, we're always looking. You know what I'm excited for? Yes, we never got the alt season just yet. But what I love about it is the spark happens at any moment. I remember how NFTs sparked altcoins to run. Like I remember how DeFi sparked everything to run. Like you just get these random sparks. And who knows how AI can be that spark. And when that spark happens and that dominance starts to drop, it just keeps dropping, guys. So we just want to always, I don't care about not timing alt season perfect. I want to get alt season. That's the big thing. So may it happen now, may it happen in the next week. It will come at any moment. And we got to make sure we're ready for it rather than missing it. That's a very big one. So keep Ocean on the list as well. And we're waiting for that breakout. Now, the big one, which we love trading, is GRT. Also part in the space. So I wanted to look over here on the shorter time frames. Here we go. So on the 8 hour, we're very close. We're like 3-4 hours away from closing outside. So what I said is you want a 4 hour and 8 hour close above the 12-cent mark, and I'll enter the trade. I'm putting a stop loss under the previous low. Okay. Now, the way my thinking is here is this has not broken the daily trend just yet. It's looking to make its way to the daily trend first after this. But if you have a look here, I took the same thing. I'm actually enjoying the Fibonacci tool at the moment, and especially timing the retracements. I'm really enjoying it because it looks like trends are doing good, but you need to have the correct trend lines at the moment. It looks like horizontals are being respected a lot more at the moment. This changes when the market goes really bullish, but as things stand now, to catch the early breakouts, it's really good levels to set up your TPs. So if we close above 12 cents within the next 4 and 8 hours, I'm in, and my stop loss is below. Let's quickly look at what the risk would be currently from where we're now. Around 4 to 5%, which is good. And then what I did is I took the first 618 tool over here. So remember, guys, you want to take your fib from the top to the bottom to see where's the 618. This is shorter time frame. This one over here is top to the bottom to see where that leg is over there. So my short time frame will be around the 15-cent mark. So it's not massive gains, but it's also not massive risk either, which is a big one. But we know how this token obviously takes off when the market goes. And right now it's breaking to Bitcoin too. So we have around 25 to 30% to the first take profits. And the next one that we have over here is if we break that next trend, trend line is the 50 to the 60%. So the first one is the short-term take profits, means you want to make it, you want to hold it for the next 7-10 days, make some money, amazing. That's your take profit zone over there. And then what we have is the medium-term take profit box over here, which probably don't be surprised to hold for 2-3 weeks at any moment. Just always put your stop loss in. Now, remember, guys, if you go below and you sign up for Discord or you have Discord, we have the show charts there. So all of these charts, you're going to see them in Discord. If you want to see our charts, you want to see everything from the show, see the exact numbers, it is all there for you guys. So GRT is the next one. Then we have this one, but I don't think... I'm personally not taking it, but have a look at it. We have so much volume happening here, and it looks crazy on the short time frame. You're like, whoa, what is this? But obviously a higher time frame, you know, it's just getting going. Like it's looking good. Now, I don't think this first buy is a good one where we're at right now. I think it can go lower, but I think if we can catch us around 5-6 cents, it's a high risk token for me. I'll dip my toes there. There's just so much volume happening here at the moment, and I'm focused very much on the volume. So guys, just to clarify again, we have Bitcoin sitting on the 200 moving average, which is good. We want to, I don't mind us even sitting like this until tomorrow and get a weekly close. It will bring this RSI down to the bottom. If you go to the shorter time frames, you want to focus on Bitcoin getting back above the $27,500 level. Once we're doing that, we finally on the shorter time frame starting to make momentum to the upside, which is good. And then what we obviously want is to break down the 30. Now, I just wanted to bring attention that focus on AI. I've given you the main tokens now. Is there any in the chat here that you want me to go through just yet? I went through Fetch. There's so many here. I'll go through all of these tokens. So people are asking about AVAX, PVX, all these sort of things. Amazing. I will go through all of that through tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'll do a full altcoin. I'm going to do the whole portfolio, everything like that. We'll go through everything, and we'll go through all those tokens. For now, focus on AI. So, guys, love you lots. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a fantastic Saturday. Get your AI entries. For me, AGIX is a big one at the moment. Fetch is a big one. And you obviously have a few that are about to break daily trends. Be ready for them. And if the AI narrative takes off, do not miss it. Remember, we have BitGet, CandyBomb, if you want to farm tokens. And what we have is Banter Bubbles as well. Download the app and join Banter Bubbles. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Much love, Banter fam.